Good morning, AE. Just a little video here to give you some guidance and focus for AE today. I am still doing my IA assessments with my IB students, therefore I cannot actually Zoom with you today. I hope you're having a nice remote week. As you see, because you're seeing this video, you have an email from me outlining the things that you should be focused on today. The first of those will be your ICAP playlist. Make sure that every activity that is required in the fall playlist is completed by November 30th. We are already into the winter playlist, so most likely your fall stuff is done. But if for some reason it's not, please get that finished first. And then keep continuing to complete one ICAP activity from the winter playlist every week so that you're just getting those done in a timely fashion. Speaking of ICAP playlist activities, a lot of you recently did your resume activity. As those were coming in and I was grading those, they are starting to look really good. Resumes can be kind of tricky, and so one thing that I learned when I was running a restaurant, I ran a restaurant for 4 years, and I was in charge of hiring and firing all sorts of people, and I saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resumes in that job. And honestly, they all tend to look the same. A document with black lettering, listed out, they all kind of look the same. And the ones that stood out to me were the ones that caught my attention more quickly. They were the ones I were more likely to call because it got my attention, but also because it showed care and concern for the work. If you show a lot of care and concern on your resume and it looks really well done, your prospective employer is going to assume that you're going to have the same care and attention to detail within your job. Okay, so this is your first impression when you're going out to get a job or go for a scholarship or a program, and the resume is possibly the first moment and maybe the last that you'll have an opportunity to be in front of the hiring manager. So with that said, I think that we could all make our resumes a little bit fancier and make them a bit more eye-catching. I recommend using a site called Canva.com. So this is it here, Canva.com. And you can sign up for free. You just sign in with Google and it uses your school Google account to get in. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and just log in with mine. And just as normal, it'll ask for your permission and get you into the site. So you can use Canva to create all sorts of stuff. If you're in student council, the Canva is a great place to create signs and posters and flyers and stuff like that. But you can also get some really great resume templates here. So if you scroll down, you can see that you can search the various templates by what you're trying to do, a presentation, a poster, all sorts of things like this, flyers, posters, logos, okay? But what we're specifically wanting is a resume. So I'm going to type in the word resume and hit enter, and it's going to bring up a bunch of different resume templates for me. So you can still keep your resume super simple. You don't have to pick anything really, really creative, but at least even if you pick something simple like this, for example, it looks a little different than what everyone else's resume is going to look like, and it'll be a bit more clear. You want to be concise and to the point on your resume. So these little sections help you break down your parts and pieces, but also make the design effect that much better. Once you clicked on a design you like, you can then play around with it. You just click on the text box there to highlight and change it to your name, or whatever the content is that you are filling in. And you can go down and do that throughout the whole thing. You can zoom in on this page by, oh, that's not what I wanted. How do you zoom in? I'm forgetting. There is a way to zoom in. I'm not remembering at the moment, so you'll have to play around with it. But you can zoom into this document and look at it a bit more closer. You can add other elements and text box if you like, or just keep it exactly the same so that you're following the same flow and design that it was originally created to put out. Okay, so give that a shot this week if you can. Take your resume and you'll copy and paste your information into one of these templates that you think fits your personality and your approach to work the best. All right. The second thing you need to be concerned about today is your SEL playlist. That one is here. You probably have already started making progress on that. Everybody might be in a different place. I think most people have done the first two. So if you have not yet done getting comfortable with uncertainty, start there today. If you have, then move on to habits and routines. Technically, this week is the balance week, but if you haven't done one of these two first, do those first. You can do balance next week. The idea is that you do one ICAP lesson, one SEL lesson. So long as you haven't done it before, then any of them are up for grabs. Submission of those two items onto Empower today will serve as your attendance. So I will take attendance at the end of the day. Please make sure that you complete your SEL and your ICAP activity by 2:30, as my attendance is due by 3 p.m. What else to say here? There are a few speakers that you can see today if you're interested in that. I have shared those speakers and links in the email that this video came in, so maybe check some of those out. I think maybe there is a resume workshop there if anybody wants to go and work further on their resume. Keep in mind that at this time of year, we're in the middle of Thanksgiving. We're on the verge of Thanksgiving break and Christmas break. Now's the time to make sure you're really communicating with your teachers and staying up on your classes. There are only 5 weeks left in the semester, guys. 5 weeks. That's not a lot of time. You see your teachers when we're not remote twice a week, so that's 10 more classes. In 10 more classes, you will be done with the semester. So where are you at? Are you going to pass? Are you caught up? Are you in a good place? Make sure you're having those conversations. Send emails. Teachers are on their computers, so they should be getting back to you swiftly. And if they're not, communicate with me. I can help give a little nudge and reach out and get assistance if you need it. I think that's all I have to cover today. Make sure that you stay focused on your work. Give yourself some breaks. Chunk out your study time so you don't get bored and overwhelmed by the mess of it all, right? Think 20-minute, 25, maybe 30 or even 60-minute periods, and then switch on to something else after that. Make a list if that helps, and most part, drink some water, eat something, and remember to be happy. Life is good. We are alive and well, and we have to be blessed for that. So I will see you next week. I hope that you have a lovely day and a lovely weekend. Take care.